welcome to my secret pregnancy vlogs. First of all, I'm aware I look slightly bizarre because I'm trying to cover up my work logo. This is just easier than editing it out, so that's why I look like this. So if you're new here, then I would recommend that you watch the previous video, which will have been finding out I'm pregnant and my trying to conceive journey. So I am currently around about 4 weeks pregnant. I just found out this week that I am pregnant with baby number 2. This was a planned pregnancy. This is the ride. So I've known for like 2 days. My partner Jamie does not know yet, and the only reason I haven't told him is because A, I needed to buy a couple of supplies, and B, Riley was here and I don't want the kids to know until we have a scan, mainly because I wouldn't want to tell them and then be like, oh, but you've got to keep it a secret from every person you know. I don't expect children to keep secrets from me. I just don't. Everyone's different. Whatever you do works for you, but for me, I don't want my children to have to keep secrets from me. So I just find it's better to not say anything until the scan, when we'll obviously tell everyone. So today, what I need to do is, I've just been to Asda and I'm going to prepare a cake for Jamie that says the words "I'm pregnant" on it. Don't know how this is gonna go. I'm worried I'm gonna run out of icing, like a icing pen. I'm gonna try and film it, but I don't know if I'm gonna include the footage in this video. I don't know, I might just keep it private. It also, because Jamie's not really like a camera person, it also depends on his attire, because he does like to come in from work and just lounge in his pants. So obviously he's not going to want video of him in his underwear on the internet, which I understand. So we'll see. So yeah, let's go prepare this pregnancy reveal. So here are the supplies. I'm worried I'm going to run out of this. Let's see. Right, I did it and I have loads of icing left, so I did this word first just in case I did run out, because I didn't want like I'm pre or whatever, so I did that word first. I know it doesn't look great, but you know what, like I think it's cute. The R especially is really bad, but this is when like the icing was still like a bit cold. Like here you can see like it looks a lot better because the icing was more warm, so yeah, it just worked better. I think it's cute. I think you'll find it funny. I guess you're too full for a pudding then. Yeah. Not even my really special pudding that I bought.
Shut up. Are you? Oh shit.
Found out Wednesday.
Oh, you've been hiding there.
Because I wanted to do this, but Riley was here. So I had to do it today.
Oh.
You can have some cake, yeah. Okay?
A big cake. Wow.
It is a big cake.
You're still a little girl.
Want some mommy cake?
You done? Yeah? I'll get you some cake.
Little Mimi.
They don't want some cake too.
No, Daddy's really full. Daddy.
Mommy.
Mommy's having cake.
Oh, Daddy got a big belly.
No, me want a Robin cake.
Yeah, Robin have cake.
They want a cake too.
God, lucky we're getting tyres done now, innit?
What, in case I get into an accident?
Slide into a hedge.
Mimi's gonna be the big sister, Mimi.
Yes. Yes, please.
What's her? We're going to use that to drop little Easter eggs.
So we should turn 12 weeks at the end of November, like the very end. So hopefully we should get a scan early December. What we go to tell everyone at Christmas. Like on Christmas Day. Because if we're like, say, oh, I need to speak to you or whatever, or like, Dad, can I come over? Everyone's gonna know.
everyone's going to know straight away if I do that. Whereas obviously at Christmas we're all going to see everyone anyway,
Me too.
so they won't be expecting it.
Why don't we get little Christmas
Mommy,
little vests and put them all in their presents?
And so you've all got the same present and at the same time. Yeah, and then afterwards I'd be like, I'd be like, oh, do that normal present, and then oh, I've got you all the same thing. Like, say Mum, Abby and Ben, and then like when you're with your family, your mum and your nan.
You should rest then.
Of course it's the week that I've got a hen party. I knew that. I knew that. I was actually going to drink as well. So of course.
When is it tomorrow?
Hey guys, so I'm still around 4 weeks pregnant-ish, I don't really know. You'll have seen this morning that I started doing some pregnancy yoga. Gonna try and do that like twice a week. I'm just very anxious about weight gain this time round, which I wasn't really worried about with Robin. With Robin I was really lucky and I only gained 5 kilos throughout the entire pregnancy, which is like really good. I literally just got a bump, like I didn't put on weight anywhere else. I know a lot of, why am I like out of breath? I know a lot of women have like their face like swells up and just like they gain weight everywhere. And this time I'm worried about that because I am more overweight this time round. So weight gain is something I am really like conscious of. I don't know yet if I'm going to weigh myself. See, with Robin, I actually didn't own any scales, so it wasn't possible for me to weigh myself. I only got weighed at like, I think my 16-week appointment and then my last midwife appointment. And like both times I didn't know, they didn't tell me the weight, which I think was like really good. I do kind of get hung up on the numbers on a scale, so I haven't decided if I'm going to weigh myself or not yet. What's going on? I know what's going on. I'm having a baby. I'm just like a bit breathless. So I just thought I would come on and update like symptoms, because the one symptom that's taken me by surprise is TMI, but my nipples have been really tender and like almost sore, which has really like threw me for a loop because I've never experienced that before. The only time I've experienced like anything with my breasts was when I was breastfeeding, like they got sore and stuff, but no signs of that in pregnancy. So I'm a bit like, oh my god, like does this mean it's a boy? Because I never had this before. My hunger has definitely increased, not like crazy, but it's definitely increased this morning. So usually, because I work the lunchtime shift, I try and leave breakfast as late as possible so that I'm full up for my shift. But this morning I started to feel a bit sicky where I was hungry. Not morning sickness sick, just hunger sick. And I said to Rob, I was playing with Robin and I was like, no. I was like, sorry, but mummy's got to eat breakfast like right now. So I quickly was like doing my breakfast and her breakfast. So yeah, I ate and now I feel like, ugh. Like, I just went to the toilet and TMI, I feel a bit diarrhea-y, like, my stomach feels and just don't really feel good right now. That is my update. I just had a hen party at the weekend, and I was really looking forward to it. It was like a work stew, and I just started my job at earlier this year, so I haven't been out socially with any of them. So I was really looking forward to it, and I was actually going to drink. I drink like once a year at Christmas, and even that's like just a couple of glasses. But like I was actually like going to go like full out, like party. And then like 3 days before the hen party, I found out that I was pregnant. And I was like anxious all week, like about not drinking. And Jamie was like, oh, just tell them like you don't drink or blah blah blah, like he was like, it's gonna be fine. I stood out like a sore thumb because I was the only person not drinking, and I did play the like, oh, I'm not really a drinker kind of card. I don't know if any of them bought it or not. And it didn't help that Saturday I was so bloated, like my stuff, I don't really suffer with bloating. Like I know a lot of people bloat like around their period or whatever. I don't, but I was Saturday, and so, and like my clothes that I was wearing were really like tight, and I just felt like really uncomfortable. Ended up having very close to having a panic attack, which I haven't had a panic attack in years. Yeah, had a huge bout of anxiety. I had a nice time, but right at the end I had this huge bout of anxiety because we were in a restaurant which was obviously like loud, and it was really really hot, and there was a lot of us. We were all squeezed together, and I was sat like on a bench in the middle, so I couldn't get out. I was literally stuck there for the entire time. It got to the point where I was like ready to go home, but of course I had to like pay for the bill and stuff, and I couldn't move to like ask for the bill. Then I started stressing because I was thinking about Robin, because Jamie had to like get Robin out of bed to come pick me up, and it was getting really late, and I was stressing. And then they finally got the bill, but then it was like I had to pay by card, and it seemed like everyone else was paying by cash. So then I needed a card machine, and there was like no one to ask for a card machine. And in my head I'm like, oh my god, I need to go home. Finally paid, got outside, was waiting for Jamie to pick me up. Not like, it wasn't like an alley, but it was like a side street, so it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel very nice to be stood out there. Our table was right next to the window, so they could still like see me, but like all these drunk men were walking by, and like some of them were trying to talk to me, and I just felt really unsafe. So yeah, like I made sure I was stood with my back against the window so I could like get someone's attention if I had to. And every car that drove past, I thought, this is Jamie, no it's not. Here's Jamie, no it's not. And then I started to like be like, oh my god, where is he, but of course he was getting a sleeping Robin like wrapped in a blanket into a car seat, etc etc. So yeah, I just was like freaking out. Then I just felt like really guilty about Robin having to like be put in the car. I think it was like 20 to 11, so it wasn't like 3 o'clock in the morning, but still for me, we go to bed at like 9 o'clock, so for me it was like very late. I had a nice time. I just know that I would have had way more fun if I'd been able to drink, but by no means am I saying that I wish I wasn't pregnant so I could drink. I'm very happy to not be able to drink. It was just like funny, of course I had to find out I was pregnant that week. So yeah, hello. How do you feel about having a brother or a sister? A baby brother or a sister? A baby brother?
Yeah.
What, you want a baby boy? You don't want a baby girl? You want a baby girl? What's better, baby boy or baby girl? Which is best?
Baby go.
That's what I'm thinking, Nange. That's what Daddy thinks as well. That'd be good, wouldn't it, to have a little baby sister? Yeah? It's Robin's birthday this week. How weird is it to think at your next birthday you're going to have a little sibling?
Have a big dinosaur. Have a big legs.
You want a big dinosaur with big legs?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll check in with you maybe next week, or if I have any more developments this week, then I'll check in. Otherwise it'll probably be like next week or something. I'm just honestly waiting for the morning sickness to kick in, which was 6 weeks with Robin, so I'm kind of close. And I think when I turn 6 weeks I'll probably ring and refer myself to the midwife team. I'm stressing about the logistics of everything this time around, because when I was pregnant with Robin, we only had Riley to stay every other weekend, and I'm pretty sure like on the Friday night he would stay at Jamie's mum's, and then we would only have him Saturday night, and then Jamie would see Harvey like every other Sunday just for the day. So really we only had like ourselves to think about, so like appointments and stuff, it was fine, it was easy, like none of our family knew anything that was going on. And we were lucky enough that our 12-week scan was on a Saturday, so like we didn't have to take any time off work or anything, it just was perfect. This time round we've got all three of the kids to think about. If it happens on a Saturday, then that means like what if it's a Harvey weekend, or what if it's a Riley weekend? And then if we ask someone to watch the kids, they're just gonna know straight away what's going on, I feel like, because especially with Robin, because I take Robin everywhere with me. So for me and Jamie to be around but need someone to watch her is just very weird. Like, that doesn't ever happen. If I'm doing something, then Jamie watches her. If Jamie's doing something, then I watch her. Do you know what I mean? So, and then it's like, what if it happens in the week? Like, I'd have to book the day off work, but then I still need someone to watch Robin. I'd have to like lie and say that I was at work when I wasn't or something. I don't know. I'm just like, so sorry about Robin. It's currently her birthday, so she's gonna chat over me throughout this. So I'm 5 weeks pregnant today, or yesterday. So yesterday I made Robin's cake, and your girl loves cake, okay? I love anything sweet. So I've made this cake, and honestly, the thought of eating it makes me feel sick. Like, every time I walk out in the kitchen, I can smell the icing. I think it's the icing. Like, the icing is like so sweet, and like, this is not me. Normally I just love anything sweet, but honestly the smell of the icing just makes me feel ill, and I can smell it every time I walk into the kitchen. So yeah, I just feel like really tired. I have had a busy day though. Like I said, it's Robin's birthday. I've taken her out to like this animal park today. We've literally just got in, and I'm like, oh, and I've caught this cold that Robin has, and I'm just feeling like poo. Do you need the toilet? No, you don't need chocolate. So, oh, my hair is doing like a Cindy Lou Who kind of thing. So I feel like I said at some point that I was a bit like iffy about due dates, because basically when I downloaded Ovia, if I put in the first day of my last period, it gave me like early June. I don't want to say exact dates because I don't like to share my due date. Give me like early June, but then if I went by date of conception, which to me makes more sense, it gave me like a later date. So I've gone with like the later date all this time, and like all the like sort of timestamps that will have been in this vlog have been from date of conception. So like this would have been like my 5th week. And I was planning on like referring myself to the midwives around week 6, because I know they don't see you until either week 8 or 9 for your first appointment. So I was sort of thinking today, like, oh, I'm gonna have to like ring up next week. Like, that's kind of crazy. That's crept up. And then I was just thinking, and I remember from when obviously I was pregnant with Robin, that when I rang up that first time, they went off the day of your last period. Like, that's how the midwives determine your due date. So I decided to switch to that. So I've just done it in Ovia, and it's literally said that I am apparently 6 weeks today. So I'm like, whoa, I feel like I've just skipped an entire week. I just don't feel like I am 6 weeks, but that's what the app is saying. So that means I'm gonna have to like ring up this week. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow because it's kind of close. I've got to leave in like 6 minutes, so it's a bit too late to do it this morning. I'll do it tomorrow morning after I take Riley to school. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Stressed because I know the first appointment can be like an hour long, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do about this one, because my plan was to hopefully get an afternoon one, like after work, say like 2:30. That would have been a perfect time, and then I would have just told Jamie's nan that I was working late, so like could she keep Robin longer. However, I don't know if I've said or not, but Jamie's nan has recently had an operation, so Robin is currently at the childminders. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to have to like pay extra, you know? So like I guess I could take Robin with me. And I've just realised, let me check a minute. This is week 6, week 7, week 8. Okay, week 8 is actually the half-term holidays, so that would not be ideal because then I have Riley as well in the half-term holidays, and obviously he doesn't know anything about it, and I'm just trying to figure my life out, really. It is, yes. It's Bethany -May, M-A-E. No, my second. Okay, thank you very much. Bye. Well, that was great, except I haven't actually made an appointment yet. They said I have to be like registered first. They're gonna contact me like, I think relatively soon to set up an appointment because I'm like 6 weeks now and they see me between 8 and 10 weeks, so they're gonna have to contact me pretty soon. So it's the following day from when you just saw me make that phone call, and I just thought I would come and chat about like symptoms. So when I was pregnant with Robin, the morning sickness hit when I was 6 weeks, and it was really, really bad. I think I've said before, it was triggered by hunger, but a lot of people with morning sickness, they just feel really, really, really nauseous. I actually vomited every day, sometimes more than once, and that went well into my second trimester. So yeah, I've been kind of like waiting for that to happen again, and it hasn't yet. I know I'm still like in the beginning of my 6th week, so there is still time, but I just feel like different this time around. Like the sore nipples, never experienced that before. The increased hunger, never experienced that before. If anything, with Robin I like wasn't hungry and like didn't want food, whereas this time around I'm just like, I'm getting like really hungry like very often. But I'm also finding that I can't eat as much as normal. I'm just feeling like really full. So I've just eaten breakfast. It's almost 10 o'clock. I've just eaten breakfast. And because I work the lunchtime shift, I always try and eat quite a lot in the morning so that I stay full until I finish in the afternoon, and then I have like a snack once I finished. But yeah, I'm struggling to do that because it's making me feel like it's like a different kind of sick, you know, where you just like, you've eaten too much and then like indulged too much, and then you feel really like sluggish and bloated and like, ugh. That is what it makes, that's how I feel after I eat. So all I've had is a toasted bagel and a Skinny Whip, like mint crispy, like a cereal bar, and half a cup of tea. I couldn't finish my tea because I was starting to feel sick, and now I feel sick, like I've eaten too much and like feel really gross, and like honestly it's making me feel like really tired, like I could actually fall asleep. Yeah, I did try and do some yoga this morning, like a different video each time, but the one I did this morning was like really hardcore, and I think it's more for women who do yoga regularly. But like if you're a beginner like me, like it was just a bit too intense, and I actually stopped like halfway through. And I'm glad I did, because I was starting to feel like, I don't know, like in my pelvis a bit like it was being like pulled too much and stuff. So I'm glad I stopped doing that. The first one that I did, that I put a clip of me doing, that one was really nice. So I think I'm going to do that again. I just don't want to do it all the time because then I'll get like bored of it, you know. That's why I'm trying to do different ones, but I just feel a bit gross. I keep meaning to vlog and I've been putting it off because
I've been feeling so rubbish. The morning sickness is finally here. It's so funny. At first, like, I was like, oh my god, this has got to be a boy because I feel so different to Robin. Sickness, like, it has to be a boy this time. Now I'm like, oh, this could be a girl actually, because 6 weeks I've got morning sickness. Morning sickness came 6 weeks of Robin as well. However, this morning sickness has felt a lot different to the one I experienced before. I haven't actually vomited yet. With Robin, I vomited every single day until I was like, I don't know, 17 weeks or something. So I haven't actually been vomiting, which I guess is good. However, there have been points where I'm like, would I just feel better if I did throw up at this point, you know? So with Robin, it was triggered by hunger. However, this time round, I just feel sick all the time. I'll feel sick because I'm so hungry, so then I eat. And it doesn't matter how much I eat. It can be like a cereal bar or a full-on meal. I then feel sick after the meal, like I've eaten too much. So yeah, that's been great. And I've just been really struggling with that this week. And I think what's made it like more difficult for me is that it came on a Riley week. So when I was pregnant with Robin, I only had myself to look after. Whereas this time round, I have a 3-year-old and then obviously had Riley. So every morning I've had to like get up early, sort out his snack, you know, sort Robin's breakfast, sort out Robin's packed lunch. And then we have to be out the door by like 8:20 to take him to school every day. Whereas next week, I'm hoping it'll be a bit easier on me because I can just, I won't even need to set an alarm. I can just sleep till either I wake up or Robin wakes up and just take the morning at a much slower pace. Yeah, so I'm feeling really rough in the mornings. And then by the time I get to work, I don't know if I feel better at work or if it's just because I'm so busy I don't have time to think about how I'm feeling. But I generally feel like okay at work. And then I start to feel crappy again, like around 5 o'clock. Jamie had to do Riley's scout pickup last night. Usually Jamie takes him to scout, so then I pick him up. But Jamie did both last night because I just feel like poo. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I also have a cold. I had a cold last week. I don't know if it's the same cold or a different one because I thought I was getting better. Like I had one day where I felt normal and then I woke up the following day and I was like, it's like just congestion though. So I'm starting to worry if I've got that, I don't know how you pronounce it, rhinitis or something. I've seen a couple of like YouTubers have it when they were pregnant. Basically, you are congested, you have a blocked nose, and there's nothing you can do about it. It only goes away when you give birth. I'm starting to worry that I may have that because I just have a blocked nose. Like that's the only symptom that I have. I don't have a cough, I don't have a sore throat or anything. Hello. So yeah, just thought I would give an update. Yeah, hopefully next week is better for me. I've also had, it actually looks so good today, but I have had really horrible acne all over my chin, like red acne, and now this one is gonna steal the camera. Oh, I'm literally not allowed to be on the thing, so I will catch up with you guys maybe next week. Right, let's get going. We gotta go to the doctors for Mum. Okay, so we are currently driving to my first midwife appointment. Feeling really nervous, or like anxious. Not for the actual appointment because I know that the appointment is gonna be fine because it's mainly just, your book an appointment is mainly just going through your medical history and your family's medical history. I'm pretty sure she said she's going to take some bloods, which, you know, does not excite me, but I've had it done millions of times, so it should just be fine. I cannot remember if I need a urine sample or not, but I have just brought one anyway, because it's much better to have one with you and not need it rather than be there without one and then suddenly you've got to go into like a public toilet and pee into a tiny, minute, little skinny pot. So much more comfortable to just do it at home and bring it with me. So that is what I've done. Also anxious because this is just like a new place for me. When I was pregnant with Robin, I lived in a different catchment area, so I went to a different hospital. I'm mainly anxious because I got Robin with me. Did not think to ask if I could bring her or not because I actually don't really have another option anyway. So it's like she's coming. So yeah, don't know if they're gonna get funny about that, but I mean, what can you do? I'm just gonna let her watch my phone. I've brought a snack. So I haven't vlogged in a while just because I don't want to make this video super long, and I know it is going to be super long. I don't want to jinx anything, but I feel like the morning sickness, I actually don't want to say the words because I'm that scared that I'm gonna like jinx it, but I think you get what I mean. I've been feeling relatively good, let's say. Definitely not 100% myself by any means, but feeling much better than I was. I just feel like really lucky that I only had 2 weeks of hell and I haven't actually vomited yet, which is just like crazy. Acne is still a thing, as you can see. Vivid dreams, I keep forgetting to say this. I'm dreaming loads now. Well, you always dream, but I don't usually remember my dreams, but I'm remembering them now, so I feel like I'm just having like crazy dreams. Luckily I haven't had anything scary, it's just been like weird. Like I'm not peeing loads or anything. Don't feel like my boobs are as tender. Haven't had any cramping this time round. With Robin, I cramped so badly, like I was in excruciating, agonising pain, and I actually thought I was going to have a miscarriage because that was how painful they were. Haven't had any cramps this time round. Now I'm saying all this, I'm like, oh my god, am I even pregnant? But I am. Anyway, I really need to head in. And if there's anything to update you on, I'll update you, but it's probably just going to be, like I've said, medical history and all that boring stuff. So, yeah. They would not let me in because of Robin. So, as I'm a bit screwed, because obviously like the only person, obviously Jamie's nan is still not well enough, so what I have to do is wait for Jamie to come home, and I have to go at like basically just before 7 o'clock tonight, which is not ideal, but that's what we have to do. So yeah, a bit annoyed, and that was like a long, I sat in there for 10 minutes. They just made me sit in this corridor for 10 minutes and just, yeah, I don't know, it was very irritating. But yeah, we tried, didn't we? But they wouldn't let us in, chicks, so, you know. So yeah. Guys, this is me just stood normally. Like, I can't hardly even see my toes. So this is, hang on, this is actually my view. I cannot see my toes. What the hell is going on? This is just me standing comfortably. Why do I look
like I'm literally 6 months pregnant. I mean, I didn't really know what I look like. I don't have a full length mirror, so I don't actually ever see like what I properly look like, you know. But like the past couple of days I've just been like, when I look down I'm like, just feel like I always have a tummy, okay, that is where I carry my weight just normally, but like recently I keep looking down and I'm just like my stomach looks so much bigger and like rounder. And then I was getting like really paranoid because I was like, am I just imagining this, am I just fat? And I haven't realised how fat I've got. And I asked Jamie yesterday or the day before. It's an awkward question for a man to be asked, but he agreed that I do look bigger. And then obviously that clip, I really feel like everyone at work is going to figure it out. Yeah, it doesn't help that this top is like, the thing is like on this bit it's actually quite loose, and then as soon as it gets to my belly, like literally look how tight it is across my stomach. I've got all this movement and then just tight. It looks terrible. It's like really unflattering on me at the moment. So yeah, I feel like everyone at work is gonna suss it, but I don't think I'm gonna say anything until I've had a scan. Appointment last night was fine. It was a long time. I always find those ones really draining because you have to talk like your medical history, and for me that means I have to talk about my past mental health issues, which is just never fun to like dredge up. Had the blood, so I'm glad I took a urine sample because she did test my urine and did bloods, which I always get anxious about bloods just because I'm not good with needles, but this was the first time that I've actually had like an issue with my bloods. Like it was really painful. She said my blood was coming out like really slow, so she had to take 3 vials, so I just had it in me for ages, and then there was one point where it really started stinging and I felt like something was wrong, and just yeah, it was just not a good experience. So now I know that I'm going to be really anxious every time I go have my bloods done because I'm worried that it's going to be like that again. I mean, luckily I haven't bruised, but yeah, I've woken up with a cold this morning. I have stopped taking my vitamin C. I've been taking vitamin C for a while because I was getting so poorly from work, from all the germs at work, really regularly. So I started taking vitamin C, worked a treat, wasn't getting ill. Recently stopped because the vitamin C I had was like, they're really big, but they were chewable. They were like, you chewed them, but they weren't like gummy. They were like, just like a normal hard tablet, and like really powdery, and they, with my morning sickness, they were making me feel really sick. So I stopped taking them, and I'm planning on buying like a different one that I can just swallow, or a gummy or something. And now I've stopped taking them, I am ill. So I just thought I should come and update you because I think it's been a while. So my midwife contacted me because my bloods came back showing that I have low iron. So I am currently on iron tablets. I'm on folic acid, vitamin D, and now iron. So got my scan letter like a little while ago now. I can't believe how fast my midwife sorted my scan out, like unreal. So that is in 2 weeks time because I am 10 weeks today, and my 12-week scan is going to be when I'm 12 weeks and I believe 1 day, and it is in the evening, which I was kind of hoping I'd get one in the day so that I could just drop Robin off at either the childminders or Jamie's nan's or whatever and just pretend that I was going to work. Obviously book the day off work because my boss still doesn't know, and just yeah, pretend I was going to work and like no any different. However, now it's in the evening, which I'm trying to figure out an excuse as to why it's gonna have to be Jamie's nan, as to why like Jamie's nan needs to watch the kids, because it's also a Riley week. Of course it happened to be on a Riley week, so she's gonna have to watch both kids for us, and I need to figure out an excuse. My first thought was like to say that me and Jamie were going out for dinner, but we only ever go out on our own when it's our anniversary, and it's nowhere near our anniversary, so that would just be really weird. But I've just literally today had sort of brainwave of maybe suggesting that we want to do Christmas shopping for the kids, and that is obviously a reason why we can't take them with us. And it also makes a bit more sense because it's like in like the early evening, so like Jamie would be home from work, so I think I need to speak to Jamie, but I think that might be our best idea. He did suggest just like telling his nan what's going on, but I just really don't feel comfortable telling anyone until I know that everything's okay. That's just my personal preference, my comfort levels. So yeah, but I think I might end this vlog off here, because I know the second trimester is like 13-14 weeks, but I just know this is really long, and I think I'm going to start off the next trimester vlog with the 12-week scan. So yeah, this is going to be the end of this vlog. If you like this video, then please do subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at SomersetWax, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.